And we are back with part three of this week's weekly whatever Survivor recap. We're going to be breaking down our power rankings going into the episode this Wednesday. Chris, how are you feeling about your picks?
I am feeling so not strong.
I feel like you say that every
Unsurprisingly.
week. Yeah.
And every week it doesn't really go well for me, so not that surprising.
Oh man. All right, well, let's take a look at the picks we had last week because I don't even remember my own. Uh, so we know Shireen went home. I had Shireen in the 7 spot. You had Shireen in 6. That's not that bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Anything in
Oh,
the bottom
right.
3, I think, is fine.
Yeah. I was looking at my picks from 2 weeks ago because
Oh,
I had texted you my picks for last week.
you did. Yeah.
And I'm looking at an old spreadsheet. So,
Right.
yeah. Now, because I thought I had Shireen at 4 the week before, and I was like, God damn. But it's not so bad.
No. No, having her at 6 is totally fine. Um so looking at the score coming into this week. Hold on. Actually, do I have I totally have my picks up. Well, that's awkward. All right. My picks are super revealed. The score currently,
Spoiler.
I'm gonna just take those down as we go. The score is I have 89 points, and and you can see my picks as they disappear. And Chris has the big fat 7-0.
Booyah.
Yeah. So it's gonna be tricky to mount the
Yeah,
comeback, but
it is.
I
I
believe in
believe.
you. I think you can do it. Um,
Well,
should we award bonus points if one of our picks to wins the game?
ooh, plus 150. It's the snitch.
It just ends the game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I'm thinking maybe it's not 150.
Well, you would think it would be less than an amount that would make me just auto win.
That would be spectacular. Yeah.
So how do you scale that? We should have decided beforehand.
We should have done it at the beginning of the season. Um, Maybe it can just be its own separate thing.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it should be. I
Yeah.
mean, realistically, there are no stakes for any of this, so
True.
it's just bragging rights.
It's
So
totally
you can
bragging
get your
rights.
bragging rights for the points, and one of us will get the bragging rights for picks to win at the beginning. It's
Or
all good.
neither one of us will get those.
Fair.
Yeah.
No, it's gonna be one of us. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it's gonna be one of us.
They're both at like the bottom right now, which is interesting. I mean, Tyler has a lot of heat, and Mike is
Yes,
absolutely alone.
fair. I mean,
Um,
they are my. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure everyone saw your list and saw that they were the bottom two.
they're not, but everyone did see
Not
my list. Man,
okay.
I'm a prophet, all right? I know who's going home each week. So I got to
Jeff
put the right
texts you.
person at the bottom. Yeah, Jeff, I don't need Jeff, man. I'm a prophet. What the fuck? Probst is upset because I keep predicting everything. All right.
How are you doing relative to those folks on Xfinity?
They didn't do it last week. I'll check it right now. I
Still,
remember uh Gordon had his list up, but the other guys did not. It's this one, right? Yeah. Oh wait, is it? Oh yeah,
no.
here we go. Here we go. We got it. He had Shreen at 8. So,
Oh shit!
but
He's tied again, right?
well, yeah, they said they're not awarding points this week, which will mean that I'm technically uh
What?
yeah, because they didn't receive Josh's and Reed's picks in time. I don't know.
That just means they're out.
Yeah, like there's no way they can catch up. I win. Fuck it. But yeah, we
Yeah.
if I mean I'll keep track of it, and we are tied at
Yeah.
89 for that.
Boom.
Yeah, down to the wire. I
It
believe
is.
we
It's
can do
now better.
this. Yeah. Okay. So, are you ready to reveal?
I am so ready
All right.
after these messages.
Take
This
it
week's
away,
episode of
Pat.
Whatever brought to you by Innocent Gun. Smooth Scottish beer with hints of toffee, vanilla, and oak. Yes. All right.
I expect a check in the mail.
Yeah.
We can really
But
hike up the production value.
I will send you the proceeds because you can take these bottles back and give you the money, right?
Yeah.
How much is it? I think it's like 5 cents.
Well,
I
shit,
will mail
man.
you that nickel.
All right, thanks, man. That'll probably cost you more than the nickel, but all
Yeah.
right. Thanks. I appreciate that. All right. Let's get into the picks because this is gonna be a long part. Breaking down all the potential winners and stuff after. So, in the number one spot, I almost don't even have to ask, but who do you have in the number one spot?
It's a familiar face. Someone who had a necklace. It's Carolyn, of course.
Yeah,
Carolyn with that idol
forever.
and that other idol. Both of the people with hidden immunity idols had idols.
Yes,
I didn't notice that.
that's interesting. I was really hoping that Carolyn would play the idol for Tyler. I'm glad that
Oh
she didn't because it
no.
worked out.
I don't think
But
she ever. Do you think she would do that ever? No, I don't think so.
at this point in the game, no, I don't think so. I think if she was going to do that, if a situation had come up that she needed to, I think she would have done it around 8 or 9. Maybe 9 or 10, not 8 or 9, not 8.
For Tyler?
Yeah, I think so. To keep the
Oh.
numbers in their favor, I think she would have. She needed Tyler. Now at this point, Tyler's a huge threat to her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. All right. So you have Carolyn at number one, and my picks have already been fucking shown because I didn't prepare properly and remove them. I also have Carolyn at number one
What?
because she's been there for I think like 5 or 6 weeks in a row.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a lot of movement at the top.
Locked down the number one spot.
Yeah, it's the idol, man. What are you gonna do? Can't do it. No, nobody suspects that she has the idol, and obviously Tyler's not gonna rat her out. So yeah, huge. All right, number two. This is gonna be interesting because you're not gonna have the same as me.
I have William because
Will
nobody gives a shit about Will.
I?
He's just kind of hanging out.
The ultimate
And we
goat.
say this all the time. Like, he's just, he shows up. That's it.
Yeah. Will is it's weird. Like I almost had him at the very bottom of my list. And going back to last
What?
week, not this week, last week, I almost had him at the very bottom. I had him at 6. I had him where you had Shireen last week because I really thought that he would be so hated
Oh, for
that
his treatment of
for his
Shireen?
treatment of Shireen that there is a
Nobody gives a
chance
fuck.
that he would go home. Yeah, but I actually had her low. I had him lower than Shireen, and then when I was putting the actual names on the list, I was like, actually, I'm gonna put Shireen at 7 instead. I dropped her down. Good thing I did. But
God damn.
yeah, I said this before we went live. I should not have had Mike, and you actually had Mike at 8 as well. We both did, but he had the idol. There was no way he was going home. That was a dumb place to put Mike.
I guess.
It was.
I don't know.
It bums me out.
Does it?
I just forgot that he had it entirely.
Excuse me while I rearrange my list slightly.
You have time because the bottom 5 of them are not revealed. On that note, I have Mike at number 2
Oh shit.
because he has the idol. There is no way that he does not play the idol if he does not have immunity. No way.
You think? You think? Like for sure?
There's no way.
Interesting.
I don't see a scenario. I like even if like what we talked about, like even if he gets Dan and Sierra, that just makes it 4 against 4 with Dan's double vote. So at best they're tying. So yeah, I don't think there's any way he does not play it.
Yeah.
And there's a good chance he wins immunity.
Yeah, there is.
All right.
He's a beast.
All right. Number 3.
You know, shockingly, I have Mike at number 3.
That's so weird that he's not at
That's
the bottom
so
like you hinted
bizarre.
to earlier.
No, I don't know. I was just using the art of misdirection there.
It worked.
Yeah, 100%. Also, I'm drunk.
Fantastic. This is the kind of analysis you can expect
Oh
from the weekly
yes,
whatever.
high bar. The standards
Yep.
are unbelievable
The pinnacle of
of survivor analysis.
yes. All right.
Yeah, I
uh
mean, you know,
yeah.
Probst is grooming Sister Nino to take over for hosting, and Sister Nino is grooming Brad to take over.
Yeah.
Brad has a podcast,
Are
obviously.
are you my Stephen Fishback to recap episodes on the Know-It-Alls? You don't watch
Sure.
the Ravas podcast.
I do that shit. I saw
Yeah.
that once.
Yeah. He was JT's number two. He was the guy they went to the end with, and JT
Boom.
got all the votes because
Oh, nice.
JT's likable and Stephen Fishback was seen as the mean guy.
Hmm.
I think. I don't know. I'm not there in my rewatch yet. I just finished Micronesia, Parvati's winning season. Great
Nice.
season. Such a good season. All right. We're not talking about that right now. Number 3. I have Will I Am at number 3.
Interesting.
And I yes, our top 3 are very similar, but like last week I kind of thought, Will might get a lot of heat. Maybe he'll get kicked because everyone hates him, but then I just kind of backtracked this week. I'm like, nah, he's the ultimate goat right now.
Yep.
He's
Nobody
going.
even cares.
Yeah, nobody cares. Him and Dan are really fighting it out for the biggest goat.
I think Dan's a bigger goat.
Do
Because
you?
again, like, nobody cares about Shireen at all. They're not mad. Everyone was like fine with everything that happened there.
Yeah.
Dan was just giving some lip service about, oh, I feel so bad. But actually, he doesn't give a shit. He's just saying stuff so that people don't, you know,
Yeah.
really, really get pissed at him
But
for some
what?
reason.
But don't you want to be more loud and obnoxious? Because Shireen's the one on the jury. So don't you want Will beside you? Because there's no way she's voting for Will. I mean, there's no way she's voting for Dan either.
Yeah.
But wouldn't Will be the bigger goat just because he's? I don't know.
That's just one person.
It is, but there's also
And
Jen.
Will would play that red card, that no collar. Give me all your no collar love, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know if that would fly too much.
I don't know if it would, but it's still enough of a connection because there's 3 of them on there. It's a
Yeah,
very red
maybe
jury.
that'll be interesting. That'll be interesting for the discussion about the people who have a shot at winning or no shot at winning.
Hmm.
Okay, numero 4.
Sierra.
Okay, the least attractive goat, not in a
Terms
physical
of-
appearance way.
okay, yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah, not a comment on her physical appearance.
So you're saying is Dan and Mike are more attractive?
Smoking hot. um, as goats, yes, absolutely. Um,
I didn't know you were part Welsh. Wait, no, that's sheep.
highbrow. Um,
Whites.
yeah. All right. Just because she's not in danger of being kicked, I guess.
Yeah,
I mean,
nobody
she's
really.
she's been in the middle of the list every single time.
Oh yeah, since the beginning when it's like a blue collar girl goes in the middle.
Yeah. She's
It's
just
still
she's
there.
just kept that spot. Yeah. All right. I have Rodney at 4. I
Hmm.
just don't think I think he's safer than Sierra, but I mean I could see a situation where he goes home.
He's so much louder than Sierra.
Yes.
Are you
But
just worried that she's gonna get ratted out for wanting to get out Tyler?
I'm kind of worried that um where was my logic on this? It wasn't that long ago I made the list. I think because she's kind of with Dan, and Dan is a target because of his double vote. I think there's a scenario where Sierra could be the one to get to get booted. I don't know. It was kind of more of a gut feeling than
Eh.
intelligent thought. Look, man, I don't have to rationalize it. I just have to prophesize
Okay.
it. Okay, number five.
Number five, Rodney King Jr. I thought I was gonna stop making that joke.
Oh dear. It's
It's not a joke.
it's
It's
not even a
just
joke. It's just
word
the name.
association.
It is. All right. Why Rodney at five?
Because there are only two spots below five, and he's not that much in danger. He's just really loud and obnoxious. There's a potential, like he's not on the chopping block where people are gunning for him at all, really, for some reason. Mike is like, holy shit, Rodney is out to get us all.
Yeah.
And he totally is. Yeah.
Yeah. Why the hell is Rodney not a competition threat? Why is it Tyler? This blows my mind.
It's not that unusual. Like huge muscles doesn't equal strength, right?
No, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe it was just I'm thinking more short-term memory. Like Rodney in this challenge was going like he was going to lose his brain trying to hold on to that thing, just like shaking. He's like "Arr!" and like dying.
Yeah.
Um, and Tyler dropped out
That's right.
first, so it's like why the hell is Tyler the threat? Like Rodney is doing just as much. I guess.
Oh, I thought you meant like why isn't Rodney winning anything? Is how I
No,
interpreted that.
no, more of like why are people not perceiving him to be this huge comp threat? I don't
It's
really,
not winning anything.
but he's close.
Eh, I guess.
That's just, I don't know. That's my perception. To me, Rodney seems more threatening for the challenges. I mean, if it's a challenge where you literally stand there with a stick on your head and just leave it there, Tyler's got it. But I feel like Rodney is pretty dangerous in the challenges. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Okay. That was just like a random kind of gripe I have with the people that are playing the game right now. I was like, what the hell are you targeting Tyler for? Leave him alone. Let him get to the
Leave
finals.
Tyler alone.
I want to be right about that pick. All right. At number five, I have Sierra because blue collar woman in the middle of the list. I just think there's a scenario where she could go home this week. I don't think she's going to be there at the end. I think there's a time where they're going to be just like, "All right, I mean, you can go away now."
Bye.
Yeah.
And it'll just be like really. Oh no, Carolyn's still there. It's gonna say it's gonna be pure testosterone, but no,
Not yet.
Carolyn is still present.
She is present and will likely be present until I'm thinking she'll be there until at least four, right? Like she's not going home next
No.
because they're going to go after Mike or Tyler, and then she has the
Well,
idol.
we'll save this for later.
Yeah, all right, that's a good idea. I think she's going to be golden until four.
Yeah.
All right, number six, bottom two of the list.
Oh yeah. Tyler.
Yeah,
Your boy Tyler.
my boy Tyler.
Struggling down Struggle Street.
It's amazingly out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Um,
It's been a rough 3 days for Tyler. You know? He's gotta deal with the wrath of Dan because he put Dan's name down.
yeah.
Uh I think he'll be able to talk his way out of it, probably. I don't know. We haven't seen him like really get out of a sticky situation beyond kind of Jeff probing him and him just being like, "Nope, over here, just saying stuff. Don't pay attention
Yeah.
to me."
Yeah. Do you think he can get out of that without blowing up Dan's advantage?
I have no idea, and I'm very excited to see because I want him to blow up Dan's advantage.
I
I want
don't.
Dan to blow up.
I'd be okay if Dan exploded, but I I
Like a
don't.
big mess.
Yeah, just all over the place, all over camp. I don't want Tyler to get into a screaming match and be like, "Yeah, well, you have a double vote." I don't think that does anything for his game.
Air.
Yeah.
Because it outs him has like a big snoop and stuff too.
Yes.
Going through people's bags.
Yeah.
It's not
What?
cool, man.
Yeah. People will get really upset about that.
The trust will be shattered.
Yeah. So, well, I think the trust is already kind of shattered. I mean, he wrote his name down.
Eh.
Oh.
I think he can logic his way out of it, like you said, because he was the one being targeted. He has to protect himself. He was acting in his own self interest, sure, but he's not gonna just go down with the ship because he's with you guys forever and ever and ever. That's stupid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, it's interesting because Dan seems so set on just get to the six, get Mike out, then we'll have our alliance of six. And it doesn't seem to be thinking anything past that. And for Tyler to write his name down like that, I think that could alert him to, oh man, like we're not just going to six, and then the game is over.
Wait, that's not what's happening. Cruise control,
Yeah,
autopilot to six,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
because
Wait,
that's so obviously what he's thinking. Like when they were on the
yeah,
boat during the reward, oh my god, it was so dumb. It was just like
yeah,
everybody just do whatever, and then we'll get to six, and then yeah,
yeah,
let's just get to six.
yeah.
We're
Like,
gonna we're gonna play to six, guys. Just just vote until it's us,
yeah,
and then and don't ask questions. We're voting until it's just us.
yeah. And he doesn't like he has nothing beyond that. He has Sierra. Like that's not 2 into 4 is not a good situation.
I
Like
don't
there's
understand how he and Sierra became like that tight too.
I
But she
don't
hates him
either.
so much.
Yeah, everybody seems to hate Dan, and he's still in the game. How all three blue collar guys are still in the game is insane. They were
Yeah,
all pissing each other off.
it's amazing that they didn't like self-destruct. I don't understand.
I think it's a credit to Mike, really.
Yeah,
He kept that shit together.
you did.
All right.
Or Rodney too, because he's very like destructive. I would have thought for sure at some point he would be like, "Fucking no, we're voting." Like, because he did get that separate group going, but he didn't say we're voting tonight. You better relax, bro. He
Right.
did keep it calm, cool, and collective.
He did. His initial plan was to vote him out at 7. And well, we have 7.
Yes, man.
Of course, there is an idol in play, so that's awkward. But
Yeah.
at least they know. I was so scared that Tyler was going to get bounced because they didn't know Mike had an idol, and Mike was going. It would be 6 votes on Mike and 1 vote on Tyler, and I would have just been so sad. But now they
That
know.
would have been interesting.
No, it would not have been interesting.
Boom.
Would have been terrible. All right, let's get through this list so we can break down everything else.
Did you
Um,
say you're six?
I didn't. I also have Tyler at 6.
Oh shit. Same
Yeah,
top two.
we have the same bottom two.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, the opposite of top. All right, and since everything's already been revealed on my side, I'll just fill it in. I'll put yours in. We have Dan at the bottom of the list.
Danielson is just, you know, he's at the bottom of his alliance, obviously.
Yep.
And as we've said, with Mike almost definitely playing his idol or being safe in some way, it doesn't look good for Dan.
No. He's got a big target on his back from the double vote, which I think Tyler only told Carolyn.
Yeah,
Um,
only Carolyn. Oh, I
right.
meant to mention that. I meant to ask you if it was a good move or bad move to not immediately start shouting from the rooftops. I think I know what you were gonna say, but
That's a good
yeah, he
move.
only told Carolyn. Yeah,
Yeah. Anytime you can keep crucial information to yourself, or I mean, giving it to Carolyn is fine. I think that's a great move.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Um. Okay. Yeah. Like, it's interesting because Tyler has been got so much heat. Like, he got a ton of heat in the last episode. Everyone's just saying, get rid of Tyler, get rid of Tyler. But I think Tyler is good enough to talk his way out of it, kind of like we said. And I think Dan will be the one taking the bullet when Mike played as his idol.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So that's the list. The list for the final 7 of Survivor Worlds Apart.
A list.
A list.
Uh,
Nope. 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 It's interesting. I'd like to go back and see all the lists from the past week or not week, weeks plural, to see where Carolyn has been, because she's been at the top of my list for ages.
Oh yeah.
I think last week you
She's a
had
rock.
Will at the top. Carolyn was down in
Did
a
I?
3 spot. Yes.
Oh yeah, I put the goats
Yeah, you had the
with
couple
like
goats
Will
at the
and
top.
Sierra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is fine. And then
I'll be honest, I didn't put that much thought into that. I was like in the car going to Collingwood, so just
yeah,
like bang on a list, it's fine.
it's
Fuck
fine.
it.
It didn't hurt you too
Yeah.
badly. Just lost 1 point. Only down by 19.
I believe.
Mathematically, I think it's actually getting close to the point where you can't overtake me.
Yeah.
We may already be there.
Um, like if we assume that you get one every time
Yeah.
you're going out, and I get the max possible value,
Yeah.
then I can.
Yes. I
But
think there's
that's
only
literally not going to happen because
but
you're not a moron.
no.
So both our
And
lists are always too similar.
yeah, they're very similar, and it's going to be a final 3, so it's not like we go down to one person. We go
Whoa,
down to
whoa, whoa! Say
3.
final three.
Okay, 3 or 2.
It's gonna be final two.
I'm not sold on that.
I'm putting it out there. Final two.
I will bet you
Of
5
show.
points it's a final 3.
Oh shit! I'm in. I'm in.
All right.
How does this work? Do you minus 5 points or do I gain 5 points? Does it matter?
I'll tell you what.
Let's go with both.
No, I'm not gonna minus. I'll give you just. You can have 5 points if it's a final 2, and if it's a final 3, I probably already win. So I don't need the 5 points. But I no I mean I. It's going straight to my head. Holy shit. I think it's gonna be a final 3. I think it's more compelling if it's a final 3 this season.
Mm.
But we can talk about that because we're at that point.
We are. We're getting down to the nitty gritty.
Yes. All right. Um, do you want to talk about? Are you okay?
I'm okay.
Okay.
What?
Sounded like you were dying. Just for a
I'm
second.
not dying.
All right. Do you want to talk about the people that have a very small chance to win, as if like they have any chance to win at all, or do you want to start with the people that have a really good chance to win and work our way down?
Let's do the initial plan of people who have no shot
Okay.
first.
All right. That sounds good. So let's talk about. Let's talk about Will.
Yes.
All right. So
Sucks.
you were arguing that he might have a shot at like kind of pandering to
No.
the no callers
No, that's not what I was arguing.
over Dan.
I was looking forward to clarifying that.
Okay.
I'm not implying that he has any kind of shot. I'm saying that for a person who is thinking about bringing a goat, they're going to see the fact that there are 3 red collars already sitting on the jury, and there's a bit of a risk there, and I feel like it's enough to say he's unsafe. I don't think there's a real strong chance of it, but I think it's enough to say between Dan and Will, Dan's a better goat because he would have less love on the jury, I think. How blue would the jury get by the time you're getting to a final 2 or 3? You'd
Um,
have like Mike would probably vote Dan, but I don't think Rodney has that strong of a connection. If you're bringing Sierra as well, then you're fine. But Sierra might vote Dan. I don't know.
I think you're right.
Isn't that all the blue that's left?
Yeah, Mike, Rodney, Dan, Sierra. Yeah, I think you're right in that. I I mean, Will flipped on the no callers, so like there's a chance that they're gonna have some ill will towards him. No pun intended. Um,
Received.
so I don't know. I mean, I guess that's I don't know. I mean, I think it's irrelevant because neither one of them will get a single vote. I think I agree with you more though that I think it's a little bit. I think it's a safer bet that Will or that Dan would get absolutely no shot at a single vote, and Will might be able to make an argument to his no callers that would scare someone taking him to the end.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
I agree. But we agreed no shot for either one of those guys getting to the end, right?
Nope. No chance. Wait,
Okay.
getting to the end?
Are winning the game.
Yeah.
They can absolutely get to the end,
Yeah.
and they will be used by the people that we'll talk about after. Um, okay. Sierra. Does Sierra have any chance of winning the game?
That's tough. Sierra, like, it depends on who she's next to, right?
Yes.
Because with the tribe composition right now, how much self destruction is actually going to happen? Like, how many of the big players are going to be left when, like, Tyler, Mike, Carolyn, Rodney all get rid of each other or something to that effect, right? Because there is some alternate reality where Sierra goes to the end with, like, Dan and Mike, right? In which case she wins the game.
Does she? Does Mike lose the game to Sierra?
Oh, sorry, did I say Mike?
You did.
Did not mean to say Mike.
Okay.
Sierra goes to the end with Will and Dan, and then she wins the game.
Okay. How does she get to the end with those two then? I guess is the next question.
Yeah.
How does that play out?
So that would mean Tyler goes home
Okay.
next. Um,
And then
which
so
leaves Carolyn. Carolyn would have to out her idol somehow, and then that would have put a target on her. And then Rodney goes home because of splash damage on that. Because I don't know. This is all completely insane craziness. Like I don't see it really
it's
happening.
it's yeah, it's like it's a small chance, but I think it's worth talking about how she's going to get to, because I mean you're right. If she does get to the end with Dan and Will, that is absolutely her game. I think. Uh, um, I think there's a scenario where Dan might be able to pull a couple of those just spewing, fuming garbage out of his face. Uh, but I think you're right. Yeah, they'd have to. Tyler would go out at 7, which is where we are now. Mike would have played his idol, hypothetically.
Yeah,
Mike goes out at 6.
yeah.
Okay.
Then Carolyn plays her
To
idol.
get to
Rodney
4,
goes home,
Rodney goes home.
and then Carolyn goes home.
Okay. So somehow Sierra, Dan, or Will wins the final immunity over Carolyn, and then we're assuming final 3 uh, in that
Oh
scenario.
yeah. I don't know why we're going with your ridiculous assumption because obviously
my ridiculous assumption. Yeah. I think, okay, just this season, because, okay, there's 3 people in my eyes that have no shot at winning this game. Sierra outside shot that we just talked about. Okay?
yeah. Yep.
That leaves 4 other people. If it's a final 3, I think there's a really good shot that there's 2 of those 4 people in that final 3 that all have an argument to winning the game.
Hmm.
Mike, Tyler, Carolyn, and Rodney all have a shot at
But
arguing a shot to win the game.
but
But
if you go to a final two, the two goats, like,
but if you have if you have
you
a
think
final,
goat get taken?
yeah, like if you have a final
No.
two, or if you have a final three, it's okay. A dream scenario. It's Mike, Tyler, Will, or Dan. Final three. All right. And then Jeff's like, psych, it's final two. Mike wins final immunity. He takes out Tyler, takes Dan or Will, and wins the game 9-0. Like, that's a really boring final tribal, right?
Who was Tony against?
Tony was against Wu.
Oh yeah.
Like an idiot, Wu took Tony
No, so
instead of Cass. He didn't want to win the $1,000,000. Whoa, why?
he was your pick to win.
He was my pick to win. He could have taken your pick to win to the finals. He could have taken Cass
That would have been fucking amazing.
with him.
I forgot about that.
We could have had a 1-2. Instead, we have Tony just steamrolling everyone. Whoa, come on. I was so mad. I mean, I wanted Tony to win because he played the best game. But come on, Woo.
Yeah, that was amazing actually. I forgot about that. That was
Dumbest
a
survivor
good
movie.
season. Oh my
Oh,
god.
so good. Yeah. This one's good too. I'm not sure which one I like better yet. We'll have to see how it ends.
Yeah. Strong finish.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So that's why I think that's why I'm hoping for a final three, because I don't want it to just be Mike and Dan or Tyler and Will, because that's not. There's no argument there. That's decided before the final tribal even happens. Then it really does come down to an immunity challenge.
That's a good point.
Yeah. I mean, in an ideal world, if Tyler and Mike are sitting in the finals together, that's fucking incredible. But that's never gonna happen.
I mean, the other possibility is if through idol manipulation the goats die off, and it's just interesting people in the final like 5 or 4.
That would be remarkable. Yeah, like if Dan goes next, and then somehow Sierra Will gets blasted after that. I don't see I don't see how the hell that happens, but that would be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So those are the three. Two of them we agree there's no chance that they win the game. Sierra has an outside shot if she's there with the right people. All right. Let's talk about Rodney. What does Rodney have to do? Who does he have to go to the end with to win the game?
Any of Will, Sierra, or Dan.
Yeah. He can't be there with Mike, Tyler, or Carolyn, right?
Nope.
No. I agree. That's going to be... I mean, that means he has to take Tyler out this episode. This coming episode.
He should have done it last week when he had the chance.
No. Shouldn't.
No?
No. I mean, probably.
If he wants to win it.
Yeah, he probably should. It would just make me sad. No, you're right. He should. But I think he's a little bit like Dan, where he's like, we just get rid of Mike. Just got to get rid of Mike. Just got to get rid of Mike. And he's not really looking at the people around him. Although Sarah is telling him, it's like, hey, you got to get rid of Tyler. So she needs to shut up. Oh man. All right. Like, if I'm honest, I really don't think Tyler's gonna win, just because the edit has been like not Tyler's amazing. It hasn't been showing us how great Tyler is at the game. He's been making like he gets some good strategic confessionals, but I don't think we've been hit with this like, hey, Tyler's the guy.
You know who is the guy? Mike. You know what Mike stands for? Merc.
Oh my god. How stupid is like this fucking all-American dude, just blue collar, hard working, Texas accent, Merca tribe. And oh god, it's like a scripted movie. Like, holy crap. All right. Um,
We shall see.
we shall see. All right. Now, let's talk about Carolyn.
Yes. Who can she take?
Yeah. Can
She can take.
she can she
Hmm?
beat Tyler if they're together in the end?
She will never take Tyler to the end. No way. She'll cut him. If she can, she'll absolutely cut him. Because she doesn't want to have to sit next to someone who was in her core alliance and say, "Oh, I was actually making the decisions here."
Right.
Because that's always the most wishy-washy bullshit in Final Tribal, and
Yeah.
it's just hard to disentangle all of it.
Yeah. Yeah, the perception certainly does seem that Tyler's doing all the work.
Mm.
He's the one that's everyone's threatened by. Where I mean, we don't really see much, but Carolyn's done just as much as Tyler that we've seen. She's the
Oh
one
yeah.
that got the idol.
Mm-hmm.
It's just weird. So you think she'll cut him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Somehow
I don't know. That'll be interesting. Okay.
she'll cut him in like 5.
At 5. Maybe. Maybe. Yeah.
She wouldn't wait till 4.
Okay. All right. So does she beat Rodney? Does she take Rodney? She's really tight with Rodney. Would she take him or would she try and put him on the jury?
I think she would take Rodney. Rodney's too much of a hothead. She would be too worried that he would,
Hmm.
go nuts.
Right.
Tyler, she can understand. Tyler would still vote for her if she puts
Right.
him on the jury.
That's a good point. Um. Yeah. I think Rodney. You know what? I think Rodney has a shot of losing the game to somebody like Dan at the final tribal because Rodney would suck at final tribal.
Good
That dude, he would not stay cool, calm, and collective.
day.
He would lose his shit if someone stood up and started like bashing his mom or something. I mean, I don't know why they would do that, but they totally could. And then Rodney would just lose it.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, I can see that.
yeah. Or like Sierra could just get up and like tell him off because he's been sexist and says really shitty things. And then he'll go off on her. Yeah, I could see that. I could see him losing to somebody like Dan.
Hmm.
But he can't sit to anybody better than him on the list.
Hmm.
What? You alright? You paying attention?
I am.
Okay.
So I'm just making a note of something.
Okay. Make
A
notes.
pen, a cap of a pen.
I gotcha. All right. Okay. Talked about Carolyn. So okay, how does Carolyn get to the end from where she is now? So we're assuming that one of the goats goes home next for
She
her.
offs Dan.
Okay.
Then Mike.
Yeah.
Then Tyler. Then either Sierra or Will. Probably Sierra.
That would be great for her if she got rid of Sierra, yeah.
Well, I mean, she would have Rodney, Will, Sierra, and
Yeah.
herself at that point.
Yes. Yes. That's the 4. And
It would be pretty easy. Do you think it'd be easy for her to get rid of Tyler with them and Tyler?
Sierra would want to do it for sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think Will would be willing to do anything because he's just out of his mind and not really thinking about things. So
Yep.
probably. I don't know where Tyler's head is at as far as Tyler goes.
What?
What did I say? I don't know where
You know
Rodney's
where
head is at.
Tyler's head's at?
Okay, yeah, I know. I was like, wait, what name's that? I don't know where Rodney's name is at as far as Tyler goes. Dude, oh Jesus. I'm looking at all these names and This is why we don't record for long periods of time. I'm not even the drunk one. I'm sober.
One beer, one
Just
delicious innocent gun. It's up to 10 cents now.
excellent. Just one beer. Two backs. A case. It was just one.
one,
Okay,
one,
I've been
one six
drinking
pack.
been drinking since noon. Um
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I'm gonna get at this. I don't know where Rodney's head is at as far as Tyler goes. Boom! Mic drop.
I think with no, Mike's staying. Tyler's going. With enough, um,
That hit so late. I got it though. Okay, yep. Finish it. Finish your
with
face.
enough pressure, Rodney could see the light probably because Sierra's been in his ear enough, and if you get Carolyn saying, and at that point, Mike is
Gone.
gone, so Tyler is Rodney's next big competition in terms of challenges.
Yeah.
Or at least that's how he would see it.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
think it's easy to make that case for Rodney at that point.
All right. Yeah, it's gonna be tough for Tyler to get to the end. It's gonna be tough for Mike to get to the end.
Yeah, our picks are kind of fucked.
They're not in good shape. They're gonna have to win some challenges here. All right. Let's talk about Tyler.
Tyler.
He can he can beat anybody below him that we've talked about, right? Carolyn, Rodney, Sierra Danwell.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
Carolyn's his only competition there, and for some reason he's getting all the credit. So
Yeah.
there you go. All right. How does it get to the end then?
How does Tyler get to the end? Okay, Dan goes home.
Okay.
Then he. Oh, what does he do? He and Carolyn.
Okay.
And
Let's say he wins immunity at 6, so he
so
can't get
Carolyn
votes.
can't buff him.
Well, Carolyn, I don't think Carolyn would off him then,
Oh
because
yeah,
you were
that was
talking
five.
5. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So at 6.
So we're still at 6. All right. Okay.
So
Sorry.
then so Mike plays his idol at 7. He doesn't have his idol at 6, so then Mike gets voted out then.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now we're at 5. And then what does he have to just win immunities to win?
Hmm. He would have to win it. He'd have to win one, and then it would be. He would have to make a really strong case for Carolyn. Carolyn plays her idol, and then he have to make that case again, and really sell that she had this idol. She's been playing us all, and really make sure no one believes that he knew about Carolyn's idol.
Well, I think that's not feasible. I think
No.
Carolyn just goes, Tyler knew I had the idol. Like
Yeah.
I don't think the play is targeting Carolyn at 5 because she has the
No?
idol. This is the last time she can play it, so she'll play it no matter what.
Oh, right. You can't play it. Right.
No, you can't
Yeah.
play it at 4. You can't play it at the final tribal, which is 3, as we
Mm.
agree on.
God damn.
um,
Okay, so how is he getting to finals?
I have fucking no idea. Okay, so Dan's gone at 7. Dan is gone at 7.
Mike's gone at 6.
Mike's gone at 6. And then it's Rodney. Did they get rid of Will then? Will at 5? I mean, like, I don't know what.
Tyler having the immunity? Yeah, I
I
guess.
guess, like, I don't know if Rodney's thinking. I really don't know what he's thinking as far as within the alliance goes. He's thinking the 4, so maybe Sierra goes next because she's not in that 4.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Actually, you're right. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
It
So
would be
then,
Sierra.
okay. So then,
So Sierra's gone. Carolyn's idol is out of play.
yeah. And then they're at 4, and do they take out? I mean, Tyler and Carolyn at that point, do they have to stick together? Because then it's Rodney and Will, or just
I think one of them goes.
What, Tyler or Carolyn?
Yeah,
That would be interesting. I mean,
because do you think they would stay strong together? I don't think either of them wants to play against each other in Final Tribal
I,
because their games are too similar.
yeah, but I mean, if I'm Tyler and everyone's like, "Hey, man, Tyler is a huge threat," and you take Carolyn, who just played the same game as you, but everyone's talking about you, I think that's great.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, yeah, yeah. I mean, if I'm Tyler, I think I'm okay taking Carolyn.
Hmm.
If I'm Carolyn, I don't want to take Tyler.
Yeah.
It's just whether or not she recognizes that.
So what you're saying is, okay, what about what's Will and Rodney's thought process at that point then with that final four? Are they going to be? They're going to be against Tyler as well.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, I because everyone's already talking about Tyler. I
So
think
Tyler has to win 2 immunities in a row.
I I don't know if he has to win it at 5. I think there's a shot that the 4 just take out Sierra at 5.
Hmm.
But I'm pretty sure he has to win
But
it at 4.
again, with Sierra already being in everyone's ear that Tyler's a threat, Tyler's a threat, Tyler's a threat, her scrambling could be enough at 5
Maybe.
to crumble an alliance that is that
Maybe.
relatively new compared to others.
Well, I mean this foursome's been in play since the merge or just before the merge.
Hmm.
I
Yeah, I
I
don't know.
I think I mean it could go either way, but Tyler definitely has to win at least one immunity. He has to
Yeah.
win Final Four immunity, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's such a comp beast that shouldn't be an issue. It's not like Rodney's a threat in competitions. The fuck are they thinking? All right. Okay. Um, I'm gonna try and be really, really unbiased,
I
and
believe in you.
I hope you will be able to do the same. Does Mike beat Tyler in a final 2 or 3? It won't happen,
Okay,
but
here's the other
does it?
question. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say. Like, is there
Yeah.
even a scenario where both Mike and Tyler are at final three?
No
No.
chance in hell. No chance in hell. I just think it's interesting.
I think Mike would win.
Based on what the jury is right now, I think you're right.
Yeah. I think Mike, if Mike's in final three, he wins.
I think
This is
it's
such a huge if, though, because
I
there's
think
just
it's interesting. Yeah, because
so much pressure against him.
yeah, like everybody that's in the game is against him. Everyone that's on the jury would vote for him.
Hmm.
So if it's a
It's
final,
only a,
if it's final 3, it's 8 person jury, 8 people. If it's final 2, it's 9.
in which case
Might
he
he would
lose, but
lose.
he would turn people. Like Tyler on the jury would vote Mike, wouldn't he? Come on.
I mean, if it's Carolyn in the finals,
Eh. Um. That's a good question.
yeah.
Hmm. Okay,
Okay,
let's look at it as who, how's it gonna fall
yeah,
apart,
yeah.
and how would Mike make it to the
Let's
end?
wind it all the way back.
Okay,
So
Danny goes home,
does Dan go? Mike needs Dan, doesn't he?
but Mike can't save Dan. Mike can't do anything. Mike can just save himself, right?
Well, this is what's interesting is if Dan and Sierra jump with Mike, then we have the 4-4 with Mike Dan's vote doubler.
Ah, fuck that fucking. I don't understand why you think that Dan is suddenly with Mike though.
I think. Well, okay. Here's what I'm thinking. There's a chance that Dan is alerted to the fact that he's on the bottom of the alliance. He takes Sierra, who's his amazing partner for some reason, um,
They're doing
and then
it.
and then they grab Mike because Mike has no one.
Hmm.
Because look, Dan flipped on Mike because Mike scumbagged everybody, or almost did. And then he blew up at the letter when everyone wanted to read the letters.
Mhm.
So now we have a situation. So like he flipped on him, and he's like, "Oh, Mike is just dead to me." He's like gone, not even listening to anything he says. And now we have Tyler writing his name down. Like, does that not send him away from Tyler? I don't know. Like Dan doesn't seem to be rational. He's very emotional in his
Yeah.
play. I mean, I don't know that Mike trying to get out Dan is the correct scenario. I mean, if he can do anything about it, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think he can.
All right.
I mean, like you say, they could all band together and have four, and then it's 4 votes versus 4 votes,
Right.
and then
There's a
they
revote.
revote,
Does
and
Dan
then
get to vote
the
again?
magical
Twice?
vote is gone. So
Right.
he's
I agree with that. We don't have an official ruling on that.
yeah.
No one knows how that works. If he would get a second vote again, we don't know.
He
Uh,
wouldn't even get to vote because he's one of the people, right?
okay, but here's the thing though. If everyone's voting for Dan, who's voting for Dan in this situation?
Okay, so Mike wins immunity.
Okay, so Mike. So
Carolyn.
okay, but if Mike wins immunity, then okay, well, okay. So we're assuming that Mike wins immunity because then he
Wait,
doesn't
wait,
have to
wait,
play
no,
as
no,
idol,
we don't
right?
even have to. We don't even have to. Say Tyler wins immunity,
Okay.
and then Mike is gonna play his idol because he's not a retard.
Why is he gonna play
And
as idol if everyone's voting for Dan?
oh fuck.
This is
Okay, so
that.
Mike wins immunity.
So okay, so now we're assuming. Okay, he has to win immunity.
I think he can do it, no problem, right?
I think he can do
You
it
agree?
too. It's just, I mean, they're fluky immunities, but yeah,
What?
immunities are not
It's
like skill based. It's very
oh
random. I think
yeah,
he
and
can
some
do
people
it, but it's not a lock. So okay, all right. Mike wins
okay.
immunity.
Mike wins immunity.
Yeah.
Everyone's voting for Dan.
Okay.
So that means Carolyn, Will, Rodney, Tyler voting for Dan.
Okay.
Dan, Mike,
Sierra.
Dan, and Sierra
Yeah.
all vote for Tyler.
Okay.
And then they revote. Everyone who is not Tyler and Dan can vote for either Tyler or Dan, right? Is that
Yeah.
how that works?
Yeah. So Mike and Sierra vote for Tyler. Carolyn, Rodney, and Will vote for Dan.
And then bye bye Dan.
Yeah. And then, I mean, at that point, isn't Mike just screwed?
Yeah.
Like, doesn't he have to just win immunities to get to the end of the game?
Um. Okay, so final 6.
Yeah.
He's got Sierra.
Yeah.
He targets Rodney
Or
I
Tyler.
guess.
I mean, Tyler's still in the game.
Tyler.
Yeah.
I don't think he tries to get Tyler. Tyler's not going to do that. Tyler's not going to work with Mike.
Oh, I see what you mean. He targets somebody to pull them over to his side. Okay, not like target.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. He target. I mean, do you? Yeah, I don't know who you go after at that point, man.
I feel like it's got to be Rodney. I don't think Will would do it.
But is Rodney gonna work with Mike again after he voted out his bromance?
Joaquin.
Well, yeah, man.
Robin.
That's what started this whole thing. He voted out his Robin.
Uh, that's silly.
Yes, it is. I mean, look, okay. Dan goes home at 7. Mike has already won immunity. Now we're at 6. Mike either wins immunity or plays his idol at 6. Gets to 5. Doesn't he just have to keep winning immunities? Like,
No, at 5? Okay, so 5. Wait. Let's start again.
Okay, we're starting
Mike
again.
wins immunity.
Yeah.
Dan goes home.
All right, we talked about that. Dan's gone.
And
Boom.
then it's final 6. He doesn't win immunity. He plays his idol.
Okay.
Goes home.
Who goes home?
Out of that 6. With Mike playing his idol. Who's going to win immunity out of that 6? Tyler's going to win immunity.
Okay. Let's say for argument's sake, because Tyler's the target of Mike, let's say Rodney wins immunity.
Okay.
All right.
Or Carolyn.
Or Carolyn. Let's say Carolyn wins immunity. A final 6. Dan is gone. Did they not just vote out Sierra? Right?
Yeah. Okay.
So Mike plays.
Interesting.
Okay, so wait, okay, Tyler, what? Tyler Sierra. See, like how? Okay, my question: how do they split the votes onto Mike to make him play his idol? Dan is not there anymore. They have 4 votes to 2. Do they just go 2-2? Two on
I
Sierra,
don't
two on
know.
Mike.
It's so complicated.
This is why you need to not drink alcohol to be able to analyze effectively.
Okay.
Going for an hour. Um, this is the longest part in history.
Oh,
All right. So we're at Tyler and Carolyn vote for Mike. Rodney and Will vote for Sierra. Sierra and Mike vote for Tyler. 2-2-2. And then what?
Mike is safe because he plays his idol. So
Yeah,
then Sierra
and Tyler.
and Tyler.
And then Carolyn, Will, and Rodney revote, and Sierra goes home.
Yeah.
All right. And I guess Mike, but he's irrelevant at that point in that voting block. Okay.
Mm.
Final 5. Mike does not have an idol, and Dan and Sierra are not in the game. So it's the foursome of Tyler, Carolyn, Rodney, and Will, and Mike. I mean,
He's so fucked. He has to win.
he has to win
There's
immunities,
there's no hope.
or they need
He
to
has to
somehow
win.
keep Dan in the game. I think that's the only way it happens. I don't think his path to the finals does not include Dan.
So you're saying he has to win immunity and play it on Dan, or Dan to not go home at 7, basically.
Yeah, or pull some crazy strategic magic. Like we're assuming that no one will flip ever, and I don't know if Dan will flip because flippers never win. So I don't know, man. It's tough, but out of all this, Mike scares me the most for winning this game because he
Oh
could just win the whole thing by winning immunities,
yeah.
which to me tarnishes his win because then he just did what Joe was doing. He played a great
No.
strategic. Yes, he played a great strategic game until he sucked so much that he no longer had allies, and
I
then
don't think
just
he
had to
sucked so
win.
much. He made like one mistake.
Really
I mean,
bad mistake.
it was bad. It was so bad that it essentially fucked up everything. Like
Yes.
it broke the entire
It
house of
it
cards.
was almost scumbagging them and then blowing up while everyone wanted to have their moment with their letters.
But to take that scenario and then win would be fucking awesome.
But he's not doing it with strategy. He's just winning by winning challenges at that
Yeah,
point.
but he still pulled that awesome idle roulette, which to me is enough to be like, holy shit, that was awesome.
If that creates enough chaos that he then does not have to win a challenge to stay in the game, I will agree with you. But if he has to just win out, I that to me is not as good of a game as he was playing.
So it all comes down to whether or not Dan can rally Sierra and one other person against Tyler.
Which
Like you said.
he needs Dan. His game is relying on Dan right now, I think.
Which sucks because Dan never does what I want to fucking do.
Dan
Every time it's like,
is
oh,
yeah.
Dan can just, realize what's actually happening and do something. And he fucking never does.
Yeah, no, it's unfortunate that Dan has a lot of power right now.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. It's very interesting.
Extremely interesting.
Yes.
So much fun.
So much fun. All right. That's it. Those are all the 7 people. We did it.
That was all the 7 people.
Man, that was a lot.
It
I mean, I
was.
mean, I have names written down, so I was able to visualize some things. If you're just going in your head, that's tricky.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, good. That's excellent. That was the really long part. That was fun. Good to break everything down.
Yeah, I think at this point we're ready to really see it all unfold.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm hoping we didn't kind of put blinders on and just tunnel vision on one person's one route to the finals where we're actually missing something. But I think we did okay.
Yeah.
I think we did all right. Okay. Um, I'm good. Do you have anything else you want to add?
I think I am all set.
Fantastic. All right. If you have any comments about this week's episode of the weekly whatever, let us know in the comments below. You can tweet me questions or criticisms or racial slurs to my Twitter.
He's a
Uh,
ginger, by the way, if you want to throw that in
yeah, I'm a ginger. You can talk about the lack of the soul. Um, I I make fun of it myself, so it won't be like Will attacking Shireen. It's fine.
Totally fine.
Um, totally fine. My Twitter's at Brad the Lemming. I tweet while the show is live. You don't use Twitter still. You should probably do that
Yeah. Yeah.
so I could tag you in things that involve the show. But that's fine. It's all right. We're gonna go because this is extremely long and I want to upload it tonight. All right. If you have any comments, questions, or anything, leave it down below. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.